obviously we're disappointed in the final results. James Madison is a really good football team. There's some things that they did today that, that we had to do a better job of. We didn't quite do it, didn't do it well enough. We talk about making teams not give up touchdowns, but they kick 5 field goals. We talked about being proficient on third down offensively. I believe we did not convert a third down situation. We talked about being not letting them loose on explosive plays. And a lot of their third down situations or their long yardage situations occurred on busted coverages where, they got behind us. And then, rush lanes, from our guys, the quarterback, I believe, was close to being their leading rusher, escaped a couple times and extended their drive. So, some things, we definitely have been better at. When you're playing a good team like that, you have to minimize, all the things that, can cause you to lose or be detrimental to your opportunities to be successful. Very proud of this team, though. The second half, kind of the tale of two halves. Second half came back, played much better, had opportunities to hit guys that were wide open or throw to guys that were wide open. I thought Zach Burdick did a great job of going up for the 50-50 balls that he's been known to be able to do. And, just score some points there and try to come back. And so that's a mark of a team that doesn't want to quit, that doesn't quit. This team has been resilient all year. And to know that, we got one more regular season game left, chance to play for the cup, chance to get the 7th win, whatever happens after that. But like I said, we just played, the number 2 team in the country and they beat us. But there's some things we left out on the field that definitely we can be better at to make us more competitive as we start to move forward and move into this next game against our arch rival. Questions?
Mike, probably the vast majority. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you're kind of like muffled, but yeah.
Mask. I'll take it off. I think that probably the most of your yards came in the last 18 minutes or so. What changed, do you feel, that enabled you to enable the offense to get clicking at that point?
Well, I mean, what changed was the fact that we probably, we made some catches. The balls that were going up in the air, we were able to make plays on it. Like I said, Zach Burdick did a great job. Just having opportunities to extend plays. Like I said, we were over on third down, so that keeps drives going. So the things that happened for us came on first, second down with explosive plays, and that kind of picked up in the second half. And so, when you look at it, was it a great offensive performance? No, you got to score points. More points than what James Madison did. But at the same time, like I said, I was, the second half effort was much better than the first half effort playing against a team that's as good as they are. I believe we rushed for over 200 yards and they were number 1 in the country versus the rush. So, there's some things there's some good things, but obviously you want to get better to compete when you're playing, top caliber talent like James Madison. And we didn't do enough today. They did enough to win here at our place.
You mentioned their kicker. Actually, it was 6 field goals, and they were all inside 30 yards.
Thank you.
Meaning you kept them out of the end zone when they were in the red zone. Do you feel the defense gave you a chance today?
Well, I mean, we did. The goal defensively, obviously, is to create turnovers. And, you're right. When you get in that high red zone area, the goal is always not to give up touchdowns. As on the other side, offensively, you want to score. You want to get 7 points. Defensively, I thought we did a good job. Looked like a couple times the ball was down inside the 10-yard line. And, one was, I believe, closer to that was a kind of a goal line stand that allowed, they didn't score a touchdown, but made them kick a field goal. That's a positive thing that you look for. But at the same time, you want to keep teams from scoring. You don't want to get the ball down in the red zone. But like I said, I think our defense, did a good job. But obviously, when you're playing against a good team like that, they have a really good kicker. Not good enough to keep the points down as we weren't scoring points, so we couldn't keep pace with what they were doing.
Could you talk about your decision to go with Hollis today?
Yeah, the goal for us was to run the ball, but also use the opportunity of Hollis, and his ability to run kind of the triple option aspects of it. He had an excellent week of practice. He was throwing the ball, wouldn't have any effects of of his shoulder, and he was mentally there, mentally alert and ready. So made that decision, to go with him, and he played today, and that's one of the things that we wanted to see him. The game plan, what we needed to do. He provided the best opportunity in terms of what he could do and how we wanted to attack, James Madison with the ability for the dive or the pitch or the quarterback to run the ball. So I'm quite sure he's not. No one's pleased with the performance, particularly when you get when you have a loss. But we will see the corrections made and get ready for, like I said, our last game against Richmond.
So if I understand the rule correctly, Herdman will be able to play next week in the second half.
I believe so. Yeah, so it's unfortunate. It's difficult sometimes when guys running at you and he slides right in front of you. That, again, I'm not going to get into the whole rules aspect of it, but the intent of a guy that's getting ready to tackle somebody that the last second slides in front of them. The rules for safety, and I get it. We want to make sure that the runners are safe, but at the same time, we'll all have a chance to look at it again and replay it over and over again in milliseconds and all those things like that. And if it is true, if he did make contact and hit him above, in the neck area, then that's the penalty that you're going to pay, is not being able to play the next game.